Daddy Mac. Dan's 30 years got our way, trading life and markets every day. Rusty's chained to the mines, digging deep day by day. But when Option Omega releases new features, he's free to come out and play option. Omega, you're trading home, where every move makes you feel less alone.
It's been a minute since I heard that song. I just wanted to listen to the last part of it. Morning, everybody. Dan, how you doing?
Good. Good morning, everybody. Good morning, Troy. Troy, you look like you're somewhere. I like that. It's in the back. It kind of reminds me of I forget, one of those Broadway musicals. You have the nice street post. What was that with Dick Van Dyke dancing on Mary Poppins?
Well, there's Mary Poppins, classic, and then there's Singing in the Rain. I think there's a lot of dancing around light posts.
Yeah, I mean, if you feel, with the market, VIX hitting 26. Let me just tell you, if you feel like dancing around that light post, you go for it.
Well, let me just tell you something real quick. When VIX was at 26, There's people coming. There's people pulling in right in front of it. There was people pulling in right in front of it, and that would have been real. But I would have done it. Trust me.
I know you would
have. Dan, I got up at 4 this morning to pee, as is my custom.
Yeah, I was close.
Yes, same schedule. Couldn't go back to bed.
Yeah.
So I went to the sauna, and
what time is the sauna open?
5.
Oh, it's at 5 o'clock. Okay.
And said, I looked in the car and I closed. Dan, you know what I did with some of my put butterflies at 4:30 this morning?
I can't imagine.
I monetized them.
The word from yesterday.
I love just sitting in my car early in the morning and just monetize my puts. I love that.
At 4:30 in the morning, clicking, sitting in the car. This wasn't in the sauna. This was in the car.
No, I'm not going to trade in the sauna. That's like for a really special day. That's for like a really, really special day. So,
is there much? Is there many people that venture up at 5 o'clock in the morning for the sauna?
That's what my wife asked me. Not for the sauna. Sometimes for the sauna, but I will say, at the YMCA, my YMCA at 5 o'clock in the morning, I kid you not, I've done this multiple times. There's 40 people waiting to get in.
Oh, yeah. It's that crazy, that part that they've been probably doing it for 30, 40 years, right?
Yep.
Before, that's like most of the clubs, they'll come in early. I love most people, I don't know if they have YMCAs in different parts of the world or how far they go, but YMCA was like, we were there 6-7 hours a day for, especially in the summer. It was like I don't want to call it a babysitting, but it was kind of, my parents would drop us off. And
I've definitely used the YMCA for babysitting.
Oh, you
100%.
Are you serious?
100%. Yeah. I listen.
Used to, do they at the YMCA where I grew up, I think you could stay overnight. I think that used to be part of the.
You're talking about the Village People days of the YMCA. And that is something different. I think that's
connecting me with the Village People.
No. I would never connect you with the Village People.
No, I'm joking.
Only the time frame. I would never do that. So, Dan, listen, the market. I was just telling Dan right before the show. It borderline makes me mad sometimes, and I've slowly but surely, I'm very stubborn. I'm learning to play the game. So I went long. As soon as I monetized my puts Sunday night, I went long. And that paid off, right? Because it's the most scripted thing in the world. It's like, hey, we're down. Big geopolitical event. Why don't we just rally them up to break even for the day, or even up 15 or 20
Yeah.
at some point. Um, and this, my friends, is to be expected as well. Where literally the next day they just give it all back and more. You know,
Right.
because
Right.
Dan, has something happened in the last 12 hours?
Not that I know of, other than I think it's almost like you wonder, people are just like, it's not over yet. It's one day.
I thought it
And
was going
then,
to be Monday night.
yeah, I thought it'd be Monday. And I think, again, that's the thing. I mean, who would have thought I'm not saying this is near that, but who would have thought, like, the Russian-Ukraine war, that we'd be talking about that 4 years later? I mean, if you said to me 4 years or whatever it is ago, is Russia and Ukraine going to be in this more than a few weeks? I go, no, this is Russia. And so, but again, it's not like the video game, right? This could be a little, uh, this is,
I
and I think from a volatility type thing, yes, there's kickback, but we were talking yesterday or a few minutes ago with Troy. Yes, did you think yesterday the market would come back some? Yes. I never would have thought. I mean, you could say we've been in this 6,800 to 7,000 in the SPX. So 6,900 is the midpoint. So you could say yes, but I didn't, I thought maybe we'd come back 40 or 50 or 60, but it came back yesterday quite a bit. And I mean, the high, it hit 6,900 again. So I think this range bound, which we've had all year, will continue the uncertainty. One thing you can bank on, and I think keep an eye on this, the ranges, right? You're going to get not every day, but last week we had three almost 100-point ranges. Yesterday in SPX, the range was 105 points. So it's trying to be patient, but you know what it is, Troy? It's trading what's in front of you. Like you said, yes, there's times where, like, you could buy puts, stick with it, and you get the big kahuna move. But those are fewer than the back and forth, right? And I think it's just
to be in
here,
the game. Yeah, go ahead, Dan. Go ahead.
I say here you're going to get, not much has changed, but because the one day, you think about it, they were, I wouldn't be surprised if volatility would have been almost unchanged for yesterday. I mean, it was coming down, and I'm like, oh, it's over. Okay.
I was thankful it was up at all. VIX was up at all yesterday at the close. I mean,
Yeah.
To be in the game for like this type of, like, if you're going to buy vol for these type of events, you have to be able to. And then again, I can't speak how much I don't do this enough, but you have to be willing to flip really fast, and you have to know your Greeks. I mean, it's pretty easy when it's like the answer is you have 40,000 Vega or whatever it is,
Yeah.
but it's harder sometimes to convert that to deltas when you're like, for instance, do I sell a put spread? Do I buy butterfly? So trying to manage everything by the Greeks when the market's moving really fast can be tough sometimes. So I like to think about it ahead of time, and that's why I'll make predictions 14, 15 weeks before they happen. Just give myself enough time to think about it.
Well, Troy, and I was talking about this yesterday, that just using, not that this is similar to the COVID correction, but when you look at yesterday, and people are like, well, yeah, we're at 22 VIX. Let's sell Vega or sell, right? And yeah, I mean, I just think that, in the COVID correction, we went from 20 to 30 to 40 to 50 VIX to 60 to 70. And by then you've got the white flag up. If you're a premium seller, you got the white flag up. I'm done. I've no mas, as Roberto Duran says, no mas, I'm done. And I think here it's like, I just said, at least for the first few days or whatever, I don't mind being if you want to be a little net short Vega, a little bit long Vega, keep it close to the cuff. I mean, I'd rather be positive gamma, but how you do that, right?
Yeah.
Is one thing. I mean, I do think, if you ask me what strategy I love in this market, would be reverse iron condors, just because you can set them up. They're not that not that much long Vega, but you will get short deltas if we go down. You will get long. It gives you that opportunity to trade the market a little bit, but that can be, that's a little bit of what you say. I don't want to say an art, but you got to be patient, right, on these things. But I think the 0-day, I said this yesterday. If I'm selling premium, I'd rather do 0-day right now in a way versus 3 weeks out or 4. Because if you did 3 weeks out yesterday, right, Valo's going quite a bit higher, right? Whereas if you're doing 0-day, you're out of it. You deal with it. I mean, and today, if you're 0-day, the nice thing is you got more room, right?
I think these type of days, now I think MEIC, multiple entry line condors, I think they actually work really well on trending days. And if we stay here today or go down in one direction, I think they can work really well. And listen, you don't hear me talking a lot about selling premium because I don't. But these are the days where I love to do it because it's just stay small, like risk.
And
risk
I think
300 to go ahead.
Yeah. No. Finish your thought.
Risk 300 to make 200, and it's 60 points away. Like it's pretty easy,
Well, and I think the how you do the credit spreads, right? And I've said this before. Shout out to Amit, someone who's, it's one thing doing multiple entry iron condors. And I think those are great, and how everybody does them. You're going far out of the money, right? But the risk reward is a little rough, right? Right? You're getting something to risk a much bigger amount. Whereas like in the market now, okay, when we've gone another way to do it, when we've gone a decent amount, right? And you want to come back the other way with a credit spread, if you go with an at the money or slightly in the money where you put your short, right? Whether it be, the nice thing about that is that let's say it goes up, right? It goes up yesterday and you sell when it got to 6,900, you sell like even a 5 wide, 6,900, 6,905 for today or something, because it didn't hit till later in the day, right? The 6,900 or 6,895. 6,900, something like that. You're almost, I think it was trading. I looked at one at about 2 Eastern yesterday. It was like $2.90 credit. So you have $210 of risk. But here's the wonderful thing about it, Troy, in my opinion. Because you're enough short deltas, you only need a 15-point move down. 15 to get about 30%.
Yeah.
Because your deltas, right? Multiply, your short deltas times 15 points would be about 30%. So I think it's a different, whether you're doing credit spreads for directional, right? That's a little bit different. When you agree?
Yeah.
Than Tammy and with the multiple entry, right? And I think it's just like using, it's like in Chicago, using a baseball bat, there's two purposes. We always say, one to play the beloved sport of our country, baseball. The other for a little
to play the other beloved sport.
The other beloved sport is beating your fellow brother in a game fight. And I still remember. Did you ever go to when I was a kid? I brought the kid when I was. We brought the kids to you drive south or whatever, and you stop at Louisville. It's just a rich. Did you ever go to the Louisville?
I've never been. I've walked past it a bunch of times. I've never gone in. I skipped it as a childhood, unfortunately, and my son does not suffer fools lightly when he's not interested in things. So we do other things.
But here's the interesting thing, real quick, Troy. Here's when you think about the average American boy. So you go in there and you buy a bat. You say, son, they give you a beautiful bat. I don't know if it was $20, 30, whatever it was. Beautiful bat, stick it in the box, take it home, and you say, which is the most impossible statement, son, it's beautiful. We'll save it. Just keep it in the box.
Yeah.
Keep it. Don't use it. Right? So we're buying you a kid something and don't use it. I'd say 2 hours later, they're out in the play. They're, like you should have
Oh,
gone
yeah.
to Walmart and bought it, But,
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Well,
anyway.
listen, I want to hear from the chat. How it went for you yesterday?
Yeah.
Wasn't a good day for MEIC yesterday. I believe it. Yeah, that was not a trending day. It looked like it was going to be a trendy day up, but once we got up there, the upper ranges, it got a little wonky, and it was moving too much. I want to show you real quick market profile, and chat. Tell us how you did yesterday and how you're going to look this morning at open.
Hey, Troy, as you're doing that, if anybody who does multiple entry iron condors, what I would like to know is, like, when you have the way the market's been moving this year, meaning you're getting sometimes 2 to 3 days a week where you're getting at times 70 to 100 point difference in the high low, 70 to 100 point swings in the SPX. My question would be, multiple entry iron condors, do you guys ever like, okay, we go up and down, we're down 70 or 80, we're at the lower end of the range, ever lean it a little bit, right? Where instead of putting that on relatively neutral, okay, we're at the bottom end of the range, and I know it could go down, but more than that, it comes back some. Do you lean it? Okay, it goes down like a day like yesterday. Do you ever lean it long? Like, hey, I'm going to sell the put a little closer, maybe a 20 delta, and the call at a 5 or 10 delta. I just wonder, does anybody do that, or does that get out of the regime of those, or how they do those things? But anyways, Troy, back to what is the famous colors telling us?
Well, hey, first off, the chat represents the community pretty well. Brian, Whippy at the end of the day made it tough. That's, yeah, exactly. Christopher, 5.5 PCR, MEIC, METF. I feel like an idiot, and I always forget this. What does the TF mean in these? Dan, if you know, I don't remember what it was.
I don't know.
Yeah, let me know what that means. Maui's coming hot. Perfect day. Love that. And then Tom, and I want to sit on Tom for a second.
I was getting nervous for what did Tom say?
I don't want to. I mean, I don't want to sit on him. But I did a call broken wing butterfly yesterday, almost a 10x on runners.
What is the on runners part?
That's he kept some on just to let them run at the end. And so he took profit as they went up, kind of locked in risk-free.
So when the market was down, he did a call broken wing butterfly. So just,
yeah. Okay.
Yeah. So leaning long deltas.
Yeah.
Narrower on the front end. Yeah.
Yeah. That's a Tom special. And I like trading that way too. Like on those big vol days, you can put on some interesting broken wing butterflies to the upside, where if we go up 200 points, you're in trouble. If we go up 100 points, you're good. And you can do them really short term, put a couple of them on, you get a rally, you lock in profit where it's risk free at that point, or as much as you can risk free, and then you let them go. Yeah, I take 50% off once it hits my profit target. Exactly right. Yeah. So this is a really special announcement, and I haven't told the boys this, I haven't told Dan this yet. We've got a special guest coming on the show, Dan, Friday morning.
Oh, neat.
Tom Lee is going to be on the show Friday morning.
You're kidding me.
Save your questions. He's got some stories he wants to tell. I told him to ask you about if you've ever been in the pits or have seen the pits, because he's interested in the pits. He always asks. So
can everybody bring their favorite Scottish questions to Tom? Oh, yeah. Can we bring those Friday?
I do want to ask him. I mean, I will ask him. I had a Scotch egg for the first time a couple months ago, and that was delicious. That was delicious.
Can you quickly define a Scotch egg?
I absolutely cannot. I don't know what it is, but
what do you mean, just went to the store and you bought a Scotch egg?
No. I went to a pub. I went to a pub with some bros, and it's a Scottish pub here in Knoxville. The owner of UT basically has a pub. And
are you serious?
Yeah, the guy who owns the Smokies.
The guy.
But It's called Boyd's Jig and Reel. Shout out Boyd's Jig and Reel. They say it has the largest selection of Scotch in the South. So
Is that
put rum.
downtown? Randy Boyd,
Yep.
is that?
Yep.
Oh, he's the one who owns the Smokies,
Yep.
the baseball team, right?
So
nice.
it's an egg like in bread, so like a toad in the hole, I think. I don't remember. No, it's not that either. Anyway, we'll talk more about that Friday.
Yeah.
Let's talk about market profile real quick. So this is the overnight. This green to the farthest of the right, the lowercase letters. That's the overnight action. Okay. And we're in the lower distribution of it, as you can see. I mean, we got down to 67.43. But you'll notice where we're hanging out here. And this is not accidental. And this is something that it's called market generated information in the profile terminology. But what you're looking at here is we are hanging out at Sunday night's lows. Like this is an area where we're just straddling that line. Sunday's night low is 67.68. So you'll also notice that we are going to open probably at the lower end of the range that we have not been able to escape from forever, right? In the last 3 months.
That's right.
So I look at this as a really interesting day because we're at the lows of Sunday night, which was approaching the low of the thing. And I don't really ever do this, but let me see if I can pull this out of my hat real quick. Let's see here.
It was 140 some points candle yesterday. I mean, from last night to today, it just went.
Can you see my trading view screen?
Oh, neat.
Okay. So this is another way I kind of look at market profiles sometimes. And
I like that. That's better visual.
Yeah. I mean, it's definitely the one people are used to. So we're going to open, let me put this where people can see it a little bit easier. We're going to open down here, right? Which is approaching kind of a value area low of market profile.
Yeah.
Now you'll see, December 18th, we got down to 67.21. So we are approaching kind of the lows. And so what I think is interesting about today is if we're going to stay in range, it's got to rally pretty fast. We've got to close above that today. And
close above what?
Well, we definitely have to close above that 67.50, where we were in December.
Yeah.
But if we get to 67.50 really fast, I would expect a bounce this morning. Like if we trend down, I would expect a bounce around 60. This is SPX 67.20. If we go down that far, I would expect that's kind of the day's thing, and we hover. And if we do that, then tomorrow is going to be wild because we're either going to break out of this range violently, and we've been talking about this for a while, that whenever we do break out of this range, it's going to be violent. We're either going to break out of this range or we are quickly going to go back into range. Those are the two things. So it's when you approach those type of levels, it's a fast moving market. And so I would expect today for us to try to rally as much as we can off where we're going to. But if it can't hold, then I think it's going to drop out a little bit.
I mean, just as you're speaking, futures have, let's see, the low in the futures was 67.42. Now we're at 67.65. Yeah, so it's, I mean, but for people watching, I think the some key, at least how I look at this, key words here. Number one, number two, and number three will be the same word: sizing of your trade. And then the next thing is sizing, and then defined risk. I mean, generally, defined risk, and I think if you're willing, you like Tom. I don't know exactly what Tom did yesterday, but when you look at
no one does.
But when you look at like using a broken wing butterfly or something like that, you're not going for a single. You're going for a 5. When you have a 100-point move, you're going for a 5x or 10x or whatever it is. But the nice thing is you can do a $200, $300, $400 type trade. And so the broken wing just opens up that upside, right? Versus balanced butterflies are always cheaper than broken wing butterflies, but they're more precision strikes. They're great like when you have earnings on a Thursday night. Earnings come out Thursday night, expiration on Friday, and you do a balanced butterfly with the short at the expected move.
Yeah.
That makes sense. And you could, for small amount, those can really hit, but not when there's something like this, because you can do a bullish balanced butterfly, and that just means equidistance from your short to your longs. And you'd hate to have a hedge on that if it moves too far, you lose money. And that's the case with a balanced butterfly, or when people do these like 1x2s or something, right? Buy one, sell two, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Like thinking, okay, it won't go beyond our shorts.
Yeah.
Well, that's a rough game too, right?
Yep.
I never like to do hedges where if it moves too far, your hedge is going to cost you money. Whereas if you have a broken wing butterfly and it goes up, right, you're still going to make something, right? You're not eliminating your money there.
Yeah.
So you're looking to get maybe long, or not get long. You're looking continue so far similar to yesterday. What you expect?
I don't know. Yet today feels a little harder to go long. I mean, I might do some broken wing butterflies, like really cheap ones. I just don't think we're rallying. I don't think we're. Again, I don't know anything, and that's important to know. But I don't think we're going back to unched today.
Well, and when you say VIX is basically telling us at this point the tolerance the market has for a war that's going over 24, 48, 72 hour, it's got a very thin leash, right?
Well,
it's
that's right. And you hear Pete Hegseth, Secretary of War, say, this isn't going to be a forever war. Well, that's what every person who's ever went to war said. You never go into war saying this one's going to be a forever war. Maybe like the Great Wars, the World War I, World War II, where you say whatever it takes. But you don't. No one plans to fight a 20-year war. That's
and I just think the bigger question is, it's almost more troublesome to me. Okay, you win. Okay. A, what do you win? But B, now what? You're going to put your uncle in? I'm joking here. You're going to, who are you going to put? So now you basically say you want them to govern themselves, right?
Yeah.
But you want to suggest who they should get that will best serve you. I mean, it gets like oh my goodness, I can't even imagine.
As a proud American, this is how we do it. And I know this is how we do it. We say, hey, we want you to govern yourself. We don't want this to be Iraq. We're not going to put in a puppet anymore. We don't want to do that. Just put in someone that we like, or else we'll kill you. Yeah, that's kind of the thing. Now, Trump's a walking soundbite. I mean, he had a absolute. I don't care what you think about the president. He had an absolute banger of a quote yesterday.
What was the one yesterday?
He said, we thought it would take a week or two to kill all the targets that we had, and we did it, all the leadership targets that we had, and we did it in an hour. I guess you could say I'm creating jobs there too. Which is just the guy.
He said that?
Yeah, the guy is it's unbelievable. So anyway, I do want to change the subject real fast, because I do want to show you guys something, and I'm gonna just preface this. This is a crappy back test. I'm about to show you a crappy back test. But Papa was working late last night. I can tell you that this can be improved upon greatly, but I want you guys to do the work a little bit. So I give you the newest ticker we have.
Oh.
We have Amazon now.
Amazon, wow.
So a couple notes with this real quick. Oh, I'm getting the invite to come in. Hold on. Nice. Oh, this is just such a sweet moment for me whenever this happens. So
Too
give
bad
me
we
one
can't have a little
second.
bit of music as
Yeah.
Trey gets let into
Yeah.
the front door.
This is the. It just takes me forever to do this. I just, I just, real quick. But it's when you get invited into the club. I've never
It's
been
an
invited.
honor.
Yeah. So, shout out real quick. This is YouTube Live. Shout out, where's shit, Devin.
Like and subscribe.
Like and subscribe. Hit that like and subscribe button. That's right. Love that. So
Now, let me a quick question as we see the cigar bar, which looks like a very nice place. How's the coffee there?
no coffee.
Nope. Wow.
bring
Is
your own.
that
So this is the cigar lounge. This is
Yeah.
the members area. Okay, there's a whole area out front. This is the members area.
wow?
And so, and if you ever wanted to know where does he sit, I sit right there. Sit right there. That middle seat.
Wow.
That's my spot. So come to Knoxville. I'll bring you here, and we'll talk geopolitical events. But
Do they have food?
people cook food here all the time. So club members will come. They had a chili cook-off Saturday night. Delicious chili. Absolutely delicious. So anyway, returning to the thing. Here is an Amazon poor man's jade lizard. And I want to talk about this, why it's crappy and what you could do to improve upon it. First off, you'll notice the dates are not SPX dailies. One thing to notice with these equities is you need to figure out, especially like with a stock like this, when did it split? Because Dan, real quick, back and forth, a $2,000 Amazon is a very different strategy than a $200 Amazon.
Yeah, overall.
I know theoretically it's not.
Yeah, theoretically it's not, but I mean it's a bit different animal.
Different capital allocation. So
Oh yeah, I mean 2000. When you think about a 2000 Amazon, it's like trading rut, right?
That's exactly right.
Pretty similar.
And so this is June 5th, which is when the split happened. And
Oh, I got you.
And so what am I doing? I'm picked a random time, 10:03. It's not optimized, I promise. One contract just to show you. And two things. And I don't like these, so you could improve upon these and it'll make it better. I just picked a max. I wanted to do a buy the dip situation. So you can go to the RSI. When RSI is dropping a little bit, this is a buy the dip situation. Max premium was me overfitting, straight up. Just telling you I'm overfitting. Don't do that. I'm going to give you the trade to improve upon. I'm put it in the Discord. Take that out, and you can see for yourself what that does and go from there.
Wait, how did you do that? What did you? I just missed that comment on the
max premium that I can receive is $5.
I got you.
So I put a stop loss. The stop loss is probably not needed at all. I can also tell you that, and you can see that as you go through it. And the exit when the put is 10, the short put is 10 points in the money. So that's basically it. Jade Lizard is a weird trade, but just to show you the deltas will be off a little bit. Yeah, the deltas aren't going to look right on this yet. But basically, it looks like a butterfly at the money, and kind of a put spread at the front, and then you kind of your risk is to the downside.
Yeah, so you're selling a wider put spread versus a narrower call spread, right?
That's right. And I had that's exactly right. And I had a discussion with Rusty and Matt and Brian yesterday. I was telling them I've enjoyed backtesting these equities because it is what we thought it was going to be, in that each of them are completely different. Microsoft is a very different beast than NVIDIA when you're backtesting. And so
oh my goodness,
there are opportunities in each of these stocks. And so I challenge you, especially my small account friends, there's some gold in those hills, but you do have to work. It's not as easy as you'd think necessarily to find them, because they move. Like, those things move. They've got earnings. There's a lot of stuff that happens in those stocks.
And you have some, I mean, and people who like to sell, not just sell, but just want movement. I mean, you've got, we're used to SPX with a, over the last year, excluding April, 14 to 23 VIX range. I mean, some of these stocks that you're going to be introducing are, that's child's play, right? They have 30, 40, 50 volatility imply, so you have some nice premiums. I mean, there is a lot to do, and it's wonderful liquidity. I think that's really the
Yeah,
key here.
all these stocks are really, really liquid.
Yeah.
So,
Hey, Trey,
Dan,
real quick, what
yeah,
were
please.
the deltas like if you go in the log? What was like
Yeah.
the or no, in the simulation? What would one of these lean? Are you leaning like 10 deltas long on this thing?
That's a good question. I don't, because the deltas haven't updated in Amazon yet.
Oh yeah,
The,
yeah,
the
yeah.
simulation's not going to work, but yeah, you're definitely long delta. I don't know if you're 10. We could check on market open, and play, adjust it and play with it, things like that. You might be 5 because I have that long put. You might be 5 deltas. I could be wrong, but you're starting out long, but you're not crazy long, you know.
Okay.
So DTE on the lizard is 7 days. Again, that is not optimized. I just chose a date. I literally was back testing at like 9:45 last night and wanted to show you something, so we put that together real fast. We're gonna do more Amazon this week. We're gonna do a lot more. Dan, I'm excited. The second round of earnings, Q2 earnings, we're gonna go a little nuts and show you some stuff, and I think it's gonna be fun. So,
Nice.
but listen, I'm in the club now, and what that means, there's a bathroom, and
That's the key to the club. That's why you pay
that's the
premium to get
that's the key
the.
to the club. There's 2 bathrooms in the club.
No, you're
Oh
not
yeah,
saying you're telling me there's a bathroom for
Dan,
the members?
and it's
Oh,
and
jeez.
they're unisex because here's a little secret of the club, this club at least. Um, Probably a 9.9 to 1 ratio of men to women.
I would
If it,
expect nothing
yeah.
less
So
for a
there's
cigar shop.
two unisex bathrooms. Means the guys don't have to wait. Everything's great.
Very
So
good. See, it's those little things in life,
the
Troy.
little things, Dan. It's the little things. On that note, listen, stay safe out there. Stay disciplined. Don't go nuts. And hopefully we see you tomorrow. So listen, have a great trading day. We'll be back on 10:30 with Mark Anderson, noon navigation, and 4:15 for small account challenge. So
Oh, this today, yeah.
it's today. So